gonna get started. And could you first of all introduce yourselves and your team?
Yeah, sure. So we are Team 23314 Galactic Pigeon from Glen Rock, New Jersey, in the US.
Okay. Oh, and can you tell us how your team was formed and maybe how the name was chosen? Yeah, because you have a really interesting name, and we really like it.
Who wanna-
Yeah, okay, I can do that. So our team was basically formed as a kind of sister team, a breakout team of 8902 Cosmic Goose. So that was the original team formed from our school. And we had so many people joining the program that we decided to break out and make a second sister team called Galactic Pigeon. So both of those names are kind of remnant of like Space Birds, which was kind of just like an inside joke made a long time ago. So the Galactic Pigeon was kind of just formed as like something similar to the Cosmic Goose.
Okay, yeah. That's really interesting, actually. Now, can you tell us, please, how robotics is perceived in your country or like the FTC?
So, because FTC is from the United States, I do think that is received generally well. I do feel like in the past couple years, just because there have been so many more first teams, that first and robotics in general has been gaining a lot of popularity because we have seen a lot of new teams, especially in our area alone, with these rookie teams that are forming. So I do feel like it is perceived pretty well. Honestly, we would love to do more outreach to get robotics more well known, but I do generally think that we are definitely gaining more traction.
Hmm. How many seasons have you guys been in the FTC?
This would be our
This is
third.
our
This is our
third
second
season.
season, yes.
Okay. And so far, what was your biggest achievement? What would you say was your biggest achievement?
Our biggest achievement was that our rookie season we were state champions in New Jersey.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
And did you face any challenges getting there?
Oh yeah, yeah. So we actually that rookie season we started off. On the programming side, you guys started off like not knowing how to make a motor spin.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to get the robot to move. And on the builder side, I had no idea how to use the Allen keys or the screws or anything. So it was a very big learning curve for all of us. But after a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of hours put into it, I think we were able to like change our outlook and our like abilities, and it paid off in the end.
Okay, congratulations. Can you tell us maybe about your team roles? Like, how do you collaborate with each other?
Yeah.
Okay, I can talk about this. So I am the head of outreach and portfolio. So the way that our team works is that we have three main departments. So we have programming, building, and outreach and portfolio. And we delegate these tasks separately so that everybody specializes in their own niche. But then we do also collaborate together. For example, for portfolio, we do consider this kind of like a group project in a way where one person is in charge of putting it all together, but everybody does contribute their own separate bits of information.
Yeah, so I would say for the programming side of things, we definitely want to make sure that we collaborate as much as we can with the mechanical team, because we want to make sure that when we're communicating with each other, we know how to maximize the efficiency of what we have. So like say like he wants to make like a super fast intake. So he can build the intake, but I can make suggestions as to how we can make that intake go faster, such as like lowering compression so that it makes it a lot easier for the torque of the motors to go. So it's a lot easier for us to code something along those lines so that we can make the robot the most efficient that we can.
Okay, and what?
And then from the mechanical.
Okay, sorry.
No, no worries. And then from the mechanical perspective, yeah, like Dylan said beforehand, kind of working hand in hand with the programming to make sure our efficiency and our compatibility is at its best, but also kind of working to see like, of course, everyone has different ideas to how to build this robot and different challenges. So something that I've come to see is very helpful is looking to all of the departments and looking what ideas everyone can offer, and then kind of putting it all together and like making it one presentable robot that can go out there and compete and succeed.
Yeah, yeah. So, are there any like things you wish you knew before getting started with robotics?
Can I say one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So, my robotics journey was like I kind of became really, really involved with robotics, I think, this year. So I think one thing that I think I learned was I should probably put like more time into robotics. And I think like just like putting in the hours actually does mean a lot.
Yeah.
And that is something I wish I knew when I was a freshman when I started out.
I think another thing as well with robotics is that it's not only like something where you make stuff, but it's also something where you like form friendships with others. And I think that's a very big part of robotics. So understanding how, people work and how different people like want to collaborate with each other is something that's really important, because not only do you have to make the stuff, but you have to work together with others to make that stuff. And so understanding those connections and friendships you make with others is also something that I think would be very useful in understanding before getting into robotics.
Yeah, and one thing that I really wish I knew when I got started, especially, was really just giving yourself the time to develop your skills, because we all got to where we are because we were able to put in the time to really hone our abilities. But I think when I was a freshman, I just was really anxious to really get something done. But what I didn't really realize is that you need the time to really hone your craft and be good at what you are. And I don't think I realized that enough for myself. So when I was first promoted to captain, I think I had so much anxiousness and imposter syndrome as I was going into this role. And what I didn't realize is that you do really have to appreciate the little bit of time that you get, where you get to make a name for yourself in robotics. You get to form these relationships and you get to really define who you are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then and then I guess something I wish I knew was definitely like how much I was willing to put into robotics, because I came into robotics thinking, oh, this isn't going to be that big of a commitment. I'm probably not going to stick around a lot. I showed up to the first meeting with the mindset that this was going to be my first and last meeting, and that's definitely not how it turned out. So I think maybe definitely might have come into like an open mind and a little bit more enthusiasm, but I definitely do think I've changed. So I think that's good.
Yeah, and now that you've gone through all that and you know how it is now, what is your goal for this season? What do you want to achieve?
I can go. So I think a very big thing this year is that we lost a lot of our senior members last year, and I think it's very important for us to realize the sustainability of the team, making sure that we balance out like success and sustainability. So bringing in new people, having them try out new things is something that I think we wanted to try out this year. Obviously we still want to, achieve the most that we can, gain that high ranking, win the competitions, but also to be able to let other people gain experience as well. Like in the beginning of the year, we had many like programming camps, CAD camps, and mechanical camps, all that stuff, so that we could bring in as many people as possible. We need to bring in that we want others to be able to experience the same thing as well, and hopefully be experienced enough to take over when we have to leave. So that is definitely one of the big things that we strive to do this year.
Yeah, and one goal for me personally is I'm a senior now, so this is my last year in robotics. I think this year it is really about, just for my personal goals, is just putting in all I can. Because when I started this year, I told myself that I wanted to leave robotics with no regrets, because I don't want to be thinking on my last day, oh, what if I put in just a little bit more effort? Like where would we have gone? And I feel that it's important also just to set a precedent for the younger members, saying that, hey, if you are willing to commit, this is what you can achieve. Because I definitely think that is how I thought when I was a younger student, because when I was seeing all these underclassmen or upperclassmen that I really looked up to being able to achieve these great things, it really did motivate me later. And also relating to Dylan, the sustainability, I really wanted to look for somebody who would be able to take over for me, because I do recognize that there is a good amount of time and effort that I do put in. So I also want to see this team go even further without me. So being able to train up somebody who is willing to take over and also has the ability to is something that has been really important for me this year.
And then from my personal view, I think the biggest thing has been sustainability, teaching, because my role and how I was kind of brought up through this program was that I always had one of the seniors, one of the upperclassmen, kind of always by my side. I could go always ask questions to them. Let's say I broke a motor or something caught on fire. I could, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if something were to like catch on fire, something were to break, I could always run to them, and they would help me solve the problem. So I think kind of building that relationship with the younger members, where they can feel safe and they can feel comfortable to come out and seek me for help, would be a very good goal for me.
Okay, so I know you said it is your last year. It is also our last year, and we also want like to live with no regrets. So I think we should ask you what activities have you done like on outreach so far this season?
Yeah, sure. So one thing that I did start last year, but then I'll start it up again, was kind of like a Discord server for women within first, because I do feel like when I first came into robotics, being able to look up to all the women and the upperclassmen girls on our team was a really nice support system. And I feel that did really motivate me to come to robotics and just be there. Some other things, we did host a kind of Zoom workshop for a bunch of different teams, because I do feel like as a team that was kind of new or relatively new to our sister team, having that support system where we can go and ask for help was something that did really help with our growth and development. So being able to pass it forward and mentor other teams was something I did really want to do. We also worked with a few sports teams around us to go to their games and just promote robotics, because I feel like also a lot of like little kids there, they think robotics is so cool. So giving them that kind of exposure to robotics and showing them what it actually is all about was something that it was really nice to see.
Oh, that's so nice actually. And do you want the guys to pursue a career in STEM further in life or something like that?
Yeah. So I personally was like somewhat into computer science before getting into robotics, but I've never had any like hands-on work with it. But I think robotics has made me realize that, it's such a vast field. It's so like there's so many nuances to it, and I think that's really like expanded my view on it. And so that is what I want to pursue in the future. Yeah.
So for me, I came into robotics and I was like, I'm gonna program. I learned how to code like in middle school and I really enjoyed it. And I programmed with Dylan, and I think that like it's taught me more, if anything, on how to collaborate. It also taught me like the mechanical side of it as well, right? And I really think that some like robotics has made me more interested in STEM, if anything. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, for me, I'm actually not going to a traditional STEM field. I'm going to medicine. But what I have realized as I have been exploring the medical field was also just how much technology plays a role in it, especially nowadays with technology advancing so much. So I do think that really contributed to my goals to bring technology into medicine. So yeah.
Similar to Caitlin, but kind of different at the same time. Robotics actually showed me that I didn't really want to go into STEM, but I wanted to go into like a medical setting in the medical field. So I was able to notice and see like all these different technologies, how a little bit of computer programming goes into it. So I really did appreciate like the exposure, because it did help me like make that decision in my life. Like, okay, is this what I want to do, or do I want to do something else? So I do thank robotics for helping me make that decision.
Okay, so we wish you good luck like with your careers in the future. And is there
Thank you.
anything else you would want to say, or is there anything you want to ask us? Maybe there are some inside jokes you have in your team and you want to share with us.
It's been a long time since We've gone over that.
Yeah.
That name.
I'll
say like a final message, I guess. Like I think what I've realized from my years in robotics is that it's like, yes, the programming, the building, the all of that stuff, that's like the main appeal, right? But I think another thing that robotics has really made me realize is the connections you build with others. I think that's like one of the most significant things I've gained from robotics. Like not only like from a professional setting, but like being here with these guys is what makes my day, you know? And I feel like that, you know, that is something that we want other people to experience as well. So, you know, that I feel like as a final message to anybody who does robotics, you know, not only would you be building, would you be programming, but also build connections with others, you know, make friends, have fun, you know, that's, I feel like is a very important message we should, you know, kind of spread to everybody who does robotics.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to top that, but one thing for just like people who are getting like started out, I would say just try to give it your all, because I feel like robotics, what it did show me is just how much I can push myself. Because at the end of the day, when you are up really late working on something for the robot or anything like that, I feel like it's just your mentality that really matters. So, and of course it is also the people. I remember when one of my friends graduated last year. It was our last competition, and she started crying, and I just immediately started absolutely sobbing. It was such like a sweet experience. So I do feel like the relationships are something you really can't replace. And also, like when you look back on your achievements, I feel like at the end of the day, it's not necessarily going to be about the awards you won, but it's also going to be the people that you're with. And I think that's what really sticks with you.
Could I add one more thing?
Yeah.
So, for me personally, I think another thing is like, don't focus too much on the roles and positions. That kind of got to my head in freshman and sophomore year. I'm gonna be completely honest. They know, all my friends know. So I think that's a major thing. Like, actually focus on like trying to do stuff for the robot and actually showing up and making connections and making friendships. Like, I think that is really important. So that would be my message to anyone. Don't focus on like the captain or officer role. Don't really focus on that.
Oof. I think my message would be to I think robotics just kind of teaches you how to work with others. It gives you skills that you're going to use everywhere. Like I was exposed to being on a team for the first time because I like did a sport that was just me individually. So I never had to count on anyone else. I never had to be like, hey, do your stuff, or hey, watch out for this. Like if I failed, it was my fault, and if I succeeded, it was my fault. So being able to work with others and having to deal with others, and yeah, there's long nights when someone doesn't do something and you're waiting on them and you want to go to sleep, but it's fine because at the end of the day, like Dylan said, you're building connections, you're getting to know new people. I've made new friends all around the world thanks to robotics. I have friends in Brazil, I have friends in Canada, I have friends everywhere thanks to robotics. So it's really just such a great experience to be part of it, and I do truly from the bottom of my heart recommend anyone who wants to do it and to give it their all.
It was so nice. It is indeed like really important, all the friendships that you made, and we've also managed to make a lot of friends. And we're actually sad that this is our last year, but you know, this is it. Thank you so
New things will
much.
come, new joys.
That's my job.
Yeah.
Thank you so
All right, was
much.
there anything else you wanted to ask?
Well, no, maybe if you have any questions, like for us, I don't know.
I think I'm good.
If not, it's okay.
All right, I think we're
Yeah.
I think we're all okay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Thank
meeting
you.
with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck with your competitions this year.
All right, bye. Thank you guys.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.